Hello, my name is Agatha, and this is the astrological prediction for March 2018 for all signs. This is a very general reading. If you like your own personal consultation, please write to dunyazade@gmail.com, and I'd be delighted to work with you. Now we're going to start with the sign of Aries. Aries. How is the month of March 2018 is going to be for you? So the full moon on the 2nd of March happens at 11 degrees of Virgo. In your case, it's going to happen in the 6th house. So there might be some sort of culmination or ending concerning, for instance, your health. Maybe the end of a treatment. Maybe you went as far as you could go, and maybe it got resolved. You know, if you have some sort of a health issue, it got resolved. I hope so. For others, it could be that you did the maximum that you could, and maybe if there is like further treatment, you might not be getting that further treatment, maybe because the doctor didn't agree with it. Maybe you didn't get the maybe you're not chosen to go beyond what is available right now. Maybe you decide to try more holistic type of things. Maybe it's your decision to end this treatment, whatever it is. Maybe you decide. Others, it could be that finally you have some sort of knowledge concerning some sort of health scare, health issue, and you know why. Around the 2nd of March, you know why. Not totally, not completely. You are told, okay, this is due to this and this, but there might be more than that. There might be other causes which are still occult, which are still hiding, and you might, some of you might decide to go in a more holistic sort of path in order to heal this health issue. Another way of reading this, it could be something to do with your co-workers. Maybe a co-worker leaves. Maybe a co-worker gets fired, you know. Maybe a co-worker got caught doing something he or she was not supposed to be doing. Like, I don't know, drinking on the job, doing drugs on the job. Maybe a co-worker needs to leave because he or she is unwell. It's not he or she has health issues. So this person needs to go to make a treatment, to go to leave the job for a while, maybe not forever, but for a while, to go and do some sort of treatment. Another way of reading this, it could be that finally you have new co-workers or a new co-worker, but you know there's something fishy about this one, and there's either this co-worker is ill and this person is not telling anyone, or you know, he or she is hiding something. Okay, and then the new moon on the 17th of March at 26 degrees of Pisces, in your case, Aries, it's going to happen in your 12th house. So maybe this speaks of a period of isolation, of being with yourself, being alone. Not necessarily something that's bad. It could be, for some of you, it could be a choice. Okay, maybe you're studying for something. Maybe there's some sort of test that you need to take, you know, college test, anything to do with, you know, university, some sort of work connected with university, even, you know, a thesis or something like that. Maybe you need to research, and maybe you need to be alone to do that. Others, it could be a new beginning concerning your health that might entail having to go abroad for some sort of treatment, but maybe things might not turn out, you know, exactly the way that you thought that they would be. This lunation in your 12th house also can speak of a revelation of a secret. Now, this secret might be concerning a in-law. You know, I'm thinking more particularly a brother-in-law. Okay, it could be an in-law, could be also a sister-in-law. This secret might be concerning your brother and sister connected with his spouse. Okay, his or her spouse. Okay. And also, this could be like a time of vacation, yeah, and you decide to go, you know, spend some time alone and go on a vacation, but things might not work out traveling. you know, there might be some sort of delays with the plane or something like that. There's some sort of issues concerning you traveling abroad. Others, it could be also creative time. It's creative time for you. Okay, you decide to, I don't know, spend the next 2 weeks drawing or painting or writing or something like that. It could even be in a foreign language, for instance. And then Aries, on the 31st of March, you have a full moon at 10 degrees of Libra. In your case, it's going to happen in your 7th house. So this could be a breakup. For some of you, a breakup with a spouse, with a boyfriend, a girlfriend. It's a long-term relationship. Others, it could be that finally you decide to, move to the next stage of this relationship. But it's kind of tricky. Things don't seem to go very well. You decide, for instance, to get married, or you decide to maybe have a kid, something like that. Maybe go and live together. Whatever it is, it's not exactly easy. Okay, it's not easy, and it's kind of difficult, kind of hard. This could be the end of a contract connected with your professional life. Some sort of changes. Maybe you sign up a new contract and you go to work either in a new place, or it could be in the same company. But there's issues concerning the money that you're going to be earning, and concerning also the authorities within this workplace. Okay. For others, it could be that if you do freelance jobs, there's like an ending of a contract there, because maybe they decide to go with someone else, you know, for instance, another artist. And also there are going to be issues concerning money which is owed to you, and there might be some sort of disagreement, argument, something like that. If this does not concern you, it might concern your spouse. So maybe something that happens to your spouse or your long-term partner, like the end of a contract, the end of a job situation, or it could be even the beginning, the signature of a new contract. But whatever it is, it's not exactly easy. It's done with some sort of obstacles, and your spouse is not exactly going to earn as much as he or she thought. Okay. So now let's move on. So Taurus, how is the month of March 2018 is going to be for you? The full moon on the 2nd of March 2018 is going to happen at 11 degrees of Virgo. In your case, it happens in your 5th house. So for some of you, there's an end to a love affair, to some sort of, romantic connection. Maybe some of you got influenced negatively by whatever your friends were saying. Maybe your friends didn't like this boyfriend or girlfriend that you had, and you allow them to influence your decision. Others, it could be that maybe your boyfriend or girlfriend, you end the relationship because he or she begins a relationship with one of your friends and you had no idea. I hope that's not the case, but it could be. For others, it could be that you take the relationship that you have to the next level. Maybe you were just dating someone, and finally around the 2nd of March you decide, hey, let's just see each other, let's be boyfriend or girlfriend, or let's make a serious commitment, let's get engaged, something like that. Your friends will not like this. Okay, there's some sort of issue connected with your friends and this boyfriend or girlfriend of yours. What else? Others, it could be that you become a mother or a father for the first, not exactly for the first time, but maybe there's like a birth of a child. For others, it could be that you become, you realize that you're pregnant. Okay, it could be that as well. Others, it could even be something else. There could be the loss of a child, meaning there's, maybe you were pregnant, but around the 2nd of March, you find out that you're no longer pregnant. I hope that's not the case, but it could be. Others, it could be nothing to do with you, something to do with your kids, a new beginning in the life. Not exactly a beginning. It could be a beginning in the life of one of your kids, one of your children. Maybe your child decides to start, I don't know, music lessons, decides to change his or her diet. Maybe your kid decides to start, you know, some sort of sports activity, or it could be the other way around. It's more like the end of something in your kid's life. Maybe your kid decides to stop swimming lessons or karate lessons or whatever. Something ends in the life of your kid in that regard. It could even be that your kid ends a relationship. You know, maybe he or she is no longer friends with Timmy, or maybe it could be that your child breaks up with his girlfriend or boyfriend, you know, so his or hers, you know, something like that. And then, or this could also be something connected with your own creative abilities. If you have some sort of creative project, Taurus, maybe around this time, it's the time when you wrap up that, you end that creative project. You finish up writing a book, or you know, painting, doing a painting, drawing something. Your friends will not be very they'll be like, if you ask your friends their opinion about what you do in terms of being creative, they won't be exactly honest with you. They will not be 100% honest with you if you ask your friend's opinion. Others, it could be that you decide, if there's some sort of hobby, you decide to let it go. It could be that, or you decide to start a new hobby. Maybe even your friends might not agree with the hobby that you choose, but you decide, you know, this is the year that I'm going to learn how to paint, or something like that. Okay, it depends from chart to chart. Then, Taurus, the new moon on the 17th of March happens at 26 degrees of Pisces, which happens in your 11th house. So this could be new friends, you know. There might be a new group of friends. Maybe you're doing something creative. Maybe you sign up for art classes and you meet a bunch of new people. Okay, it could be like that. Now, you could be entering a new group, a new institution, but it's going to cost you money. Whatever it is, it might cost you money. Or maybe these new groups of friends are costing you money. Maybe these new groups of friends just like to go to fancy places or something like that, and you end up paying for a lot of things, and you know, maybe you have difficulty in saying no, Taurus. What else it could be? It could be also the 11th house is the house of dreams and wishes, long-term projects. So you have a long-term project for you. You have something that you want to fulfill. But again, there's like an issue of money. Either you don't have enough money, or maybe you want to use the savings that you have to invest in this long-term project, to invest on this wish, in this dream. But maybe your partner, your spouse, doesn't agree with it and doesn't let you. Okay, there's all sorts of possibilities with the 11th house. And finally, the full moon on the 31st of March 2018, Taurus, is going to happen at 10 degrees of Libra. In your case, where it's going to happen in your 6th house. So maybe there's like the end of a work situation for some of you. It's not for all of you. Okay, maybe you worked in a company that had that was like a foreign company. And maybe that foreign company decides to no longer have a presence in your country, so they decide to close up that sister company, let's call it, in the place where you live, in your city, in your country. It could be that. For others, not necessarily. It could be finally you have a new job, you know. And this job could even be connected with the law, not necessarily, but for some of you it could be connected with law. What else? What else could it be? If you have a new job, whatever job this is, you might have to dress very neatly. You know, you have to, you know, be beautiful, be very handsome, and dress in very luxurious and you know, not exactly beautiful, but yeah, beautiful, but you need to look proper and neat, and you need to look expensive. Do you understand? kind of like that. So you'll have to look the part, and this is not this is not an easy job, because the authorities, like your boss, is going to be like breathing down your neck. It's not. This is not going to be an easy lunation. If this is a new job, there will be some sort of disagreement, and you might be finding yourself caught up in fighting, bickering. You might be the witness of that, and there might be some sort of heavy environment, in the workplace, negative environment, a bit of aggressiveness. And for others, it could be co-workers that leave the place of employment, or a new co-worker that arrives, and you will not like this co-worker. Okay, this seems like a very aggressive, covertly aggressive sort of person. Okay, so let's move on. So Gemini. Let's see how the month of March 2018 is going to be for you. The full moon that happens on the 2nd of March 2018 is going to happen at 11 degrees of Virgo. In your case, Gemini, is going to be happening in your 4th house. So full moons are endings or culminations. It depends from natal chart to natal chart. For some of you, it could be finally you no longer have to pay for your house. Your house or your apartment is paid in full, finally. For others, it could be finally you are given the money to purchase your first house, your first apartment. It could be like that. For others, it could be you are moving. You're moving from one place to another. For others, it could be even, because of the divorce, you need to move to a different place, or someone in your house is going to move. Maybe an ex-partner is going to move to a different location. It could be that if you have a roommate, that roommate leaves, and you might be having a new roommate. So it depends from case to case. If it's not connected with house and your physical environment, your domestic environment, Gemini, it could be something connected to your close family. So maybe someone in your close family is retiring. It could be your husband, your wife. It could be your mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, mother-in-law, father-in-law. Someone like this could be retiring, for instance. Others, it could be some sort of illness, maybe someone close to you, to your close family. A close family member might be sick. Now, this close family member might be retiring because he or she is sick. I'm thinking it's more like a woman. Not necessarily, it could be that. It could be that maybe a close family member had some sort of illness, but now it's done with, it's dealt with. This could even be like a sibling, a sibling had some sort of illness, and finally that illness is was dealt with, and from now on, there'll have to be some sort of maintenance, like physical maintenance, or some sort of pills and treatment that needs to, be pursued in order to in order to make them sure that that type of illness never returns again. It could be all sorts of things. It could be even something much more simple than that, like you decide to do some sort of remodeling in your house, painting, some sort of work that needed to be done, and you do it in your house. Then, Gemini, the new moon on the 17th of March 2018 is going to happen at 26 degrees of Pisces. In your case, is going to happen in your 10th house. Now, this, for some of you, there could be a brand new career, a brand new profession, something entirely new that you've never done before. It could be something to do with the arts, because Pisces is a very creative person. So it could be with the arts, it could be with movies, with cinema, theater, it could be an actor, an actress, something like that. It could be a photographer, it could be a painter, it could be a singer, songwriter. Whatever you are in terms of creativity, you have extreme talent, you know how to do things. The only glitch here is a partner, like a business associate connected with this work endeavor, with this profession, with this career. You might have a lot of fights and arguments with this person, because this person knows what he or she thinks I'm thinking it's a guy, maybe a guy who's your agent or your manager, someone with whom you work closely, and this could even be your spouse. And there's like some sort of fightings and arguments. I would say mainly concerning contracts that need to be signed and the law, or something like that. Maybe you're not asking enough in terms of money. Maybe you're asking too much, or maybe your manager is like forcing you to do things that you don't want to do, and under contract arrangements that seem legitimate, but probably they're not. Maybe he or she, I'm thinking it's a guy, is taking way too much money, you know, as a manager, as an agent. You have to be very careful with that. If this is a brand new career, or something changes, even a promotion in your workplace, in your job, I'm sorry, not necessarily something to do with the arts, okay? Maybe you're a doctor, something like that. Maybe you're a nurse, something like that. Maybe you just got a promotion. Your spouse will not like the fact that you need to devote so much time in this career, okay? That you need to spend more time, for instance, in the hospital, okay? A long-term partner will not like that. What else? This could be a new boss. You have a brand new boss, and this boss, okay, you might have some sort of problems with this boss, or this boss wants to change your contract, or maybe you are maybe signing up a new contract, and it's whatever it's being imposed on you, you will not like it. What else? Maybe the 10th house is also the house of the authorities in your life, not just, you know, professional authorities, but it could be like mother, father. So there's some sort of change in maybe in the life of your mother or father, even husband, like the authorities in your life. There's some sort of change there. Maybe your mother gets retired. Maybe your father gets a promotion, something like that. There's some sort of change there. If that's it, maybe you are the one who's not very happy with those changes. What else? It could be also the 10th house is the house of our public image. So maybe some of you are getting married, and around the 17th of March, you might have like a big, huge fight with your husband or wife to be. I'm thinking it's more a husband. What else? It could be that maybe you're getting married, or others, it could be you getting separated. But whatever is happening, I don't think people like your spouse all that much. They don't like it. It doesn't matter if you're getting married or if you're getting divorced. They don't like your spouse. People don't like your spouse because this person seems very aggressive, okay? And this person behaves as if he or she knows everything, okay? Another way of reading. No, I think I've read everything. I think I've said everything. So basically, it's like maybe some sort of changes in your job, in your career. And for some, it's a brand new job, a brand new career. And finally, the full moon on the 31st of March 2018, Gemini, is going to happen at 10 degrees of Libra. In your case, it's going to happen in your 5th house. So for some of you, it is the end of a love affair, the end of a relationship, for instance. And maybe if you're having some sort of trouble, like 2 weeks before, it's maybe because you found out that your spouse, some of you, it's not for all, was cheating on you and you had no idea, and maybe everyone else knew that about you, and your public image gets affected in a very negative way. Maybe people say, how can she be so blind, you know? or he, how could he be so blind? It depends, okay, because this is a very general reading. So for some of you, it is the end of a love relationship, of a love affair. For others, it's like the other way around. It could be because the full moon means culminations. It could be you decide to, if you were dating someone and you publicly acknowledge this person whom you are dating, people will not like this person and will not like your choice. However, around the 31st of March 2018, you decide to take your relationship to the next level. So, for instance, really become boyfriend and girlfriend, or decide to move in together, or decide to actually getting married or having kids. You know, it could be that. Whatever it is, your love life will be a bit stressful around the 31st of March 2018, and there might be some sort of arguments with friends, okay, and other people in authorities in your life. There's like older people in your life will not be pleased with your choices in terms of romantic choices, and your friends will not be pleased with that either. I don't know what's happening, Gemini, but no one likes this person, okay? If that's the case, if this is connected with your love life. If it's not that, it could be that, for instance, you have ended, like I said, a relationship because you discovered maybe your friends, didn't like this person, or maybe you found out that this person is taking your money or something like that, doing something shady with your money, or having arguments with your friends on purpose just to separate you from them. It could be that. Others, now if that's not the case, it could be something connected with your kids. So this could be something that ends or culminates in the life of one of your children, or your children. For instance, maybe your kid has a brand new job, for instance, but it's going to be very stressful type of job, and he or she is going to be very, like always on edge, and always, very behaving in a very aggressive sort of way. Or something ends in the life of your one of your kids, or your kids. Maybe he or she gets divorced. It could happen. Maybe your kid had no idea that maybe the girlfriend or boyfriend, the spouse, was cheating on him or her, and maybe that's the reason of the breakup. Another way of reading, it could be that you end a creative hobby. It could be that maybe you had some sort of hobby, okay, and it's costing you way too much money. Droning, I'm just gonna throw like a word, like maybe you have drones, maybe you're like insane about drones, maybe you like that very much, to fly drones and something like that, but maybe they're very expensive and you have to finish. You cannot no longer devote yourself to that type of hobby because it's really, really, really expensive. And you have other things that you want to do with your life. You have other ambitions and other aspirations in other projects. So this creative endeavor has to, or hobby needs to, no longer be present in your life because you have other things to do. What else it could be? It could be a creative project itself that is finished. Maybe you finished writing a book, creating something, even creating a game. But maybe your friends won't like it. Maybe it doesn't quite fulfill your dreams and aspirations. You have like an idea concerning this creative project. Like, let's continue with the idea of being a game. Maybe you want to sell it, but people don't want to pay you all that much, and you're not generally happy either with the way you finished this project. Maybe you didn't have enough money to finish it up the way that you wanted to finish. Maybe you have to give it up. Maybe you have to give up this project. Maybe you thought of selling it, but no one is buying. So you're not, or you didn't have the time to put in to actually do it properly, or do it in the way that you had envisioned it. So it's kind of it ends in that way. This could be some sort, if you decide to make some sort of tricky investment, a very risky investment, my advice to you is don't do it, because you might lose a lot of money. If this is something to do, for instance, I'm just again this is just an example, a cryptocurrency investment, don't do it. You're gonna lose a lot of money, okay? Or it could be the other way around. You don't do it, and then it kind of just and because you didn't risk it, you end up losing a lot of money, because it just for instance, if it's a stock, it just raises up the value so much that you are mad with yourself because you didn't take the risk. But honestly, I would advise you not to take the risk, okay? It doesn't seem to end well if you do. And that's it, Gemini. This is the reading that I have for you, so let's continue. Hello, Cancer. So this is the prediction for you for March 2018. Let's start. The full moon on the 2nd of March 2018, Cancer, is going to happen at 11 degrees of Virgo. In your case, it's going to happen in your 3rd house. So maybe there might be an intense fight with a sibling, for instance. For others, it could be the other way around. If you had some sort of disagreement with a sibling, if you had a falling out with a sibling around the 2nd of March, maybe your spouse intervenes and helps heal that relationship, for instance, or a close relationship of yours, not exactly your spouse or your long-term partner, but an authority figure who is also who has a close relationship with you, and that person helps heal this conflict with a sibling. Okay, if it's not that, it's a resolution or something that comes into culmination in the life of one of your siblings, or the life of your sibling. I would say maybe perhaps a sister, maybe something connected with the law, with a court case comes to an end, and you are merely the witness of that happening in the life of your, let's say, sister. It could be brother as well. Maybe some sort of court custody case concerning children, for instance. What else? The decision is applied, or a decision is made by the court. If it's not that, Cancer, it could be again a court case between you and one of your siblings, for instance. What else? What else could it be? This could be also a car. Maybe you have a car that is not doing well. Could even be a boat. I'm thinking something that you use as a means of transportation that kind of ends its life, and maybe you have to buy a new car. If you do buy a new car, be very careful, okay? It's also, what else could it be? Could it be that finally you have the money to buy a new car, you have someone helping you out? What else could it be? Could it be that your car comes from the mechanic, okay? Maybe still with some issues, but at least you can use it again. Or the 3rd house is also the house of communication, so you might be receiving a lot of messages, and these messages that you might be receiving could be from your siblings, could be from your sister-in-law, brother-in-law, something like that. It could be from, if you go to university, it could be from your colleagues in university, from your teachers, your university professors. A lot of messages that you might be getting from them. What else could it be? This could be concerning exam tests in work, and exams and stuff like that. What else could it be? It could be, for some of you, you end the you ended the high school. You end high school, okay? It could be for some, not that young kids see my channel, but it could be like that. What else? What else? So the 3rd house is also the house of neighbors. It could be that maybe you get a new neighbor, and this could be an older gentleman or lady, or a few neighbors leave and a neighbor goes to a different place, goes to live in a different city. Maybe a neighbor goes to live in abroad, by the sea or by the lake or something like that. Then Cancer, the new moon happens on the 17th of March at 26 degrees of Pisces. In your case, this is going to be in your 9th house. So for some of you, it could possibly be that you get the news that you got accepted into college, for instance. I don't know exactly how that works in countries apart from Portugal. In March, I think, March, April, we would be applying to not colleges, but we'll be applying to do the tests. You know, in order to we do the tests around. This was years and years ago. I don't exactly know how it is now. So March, April, you'd make, you know, you'd apply to do this test and that test and that test. Those tests you'd be doing them around June, July, and then you'd get the results of those tests. I don't remember when. Anyway, you'd only get the news that you got into a college or not around late August or some, you know, beginning of August or something like that. Anyway, it could be anything to do with college. I don't know exactly what. Maybe it's the first time you go to college. Maybe you're applying, not exactly receiving the answer around the 17th of March, but you're applying to different colleges, or you decide to apply to, maybe you've done you already have a degree, but you want to study more connected with that degree. Maybe you want to do a post-graduation study, so you're applying for that. Maybe you want to go to a doctorship, something like that. Anything connected with higher knowledge. So you might be, you know, starting something new around the 17th of March. For others, it could be even you're a college teacher and you're going to start, you know, you were accepted in whatever college and you're going to be a college teacher. So maybe you're going to be teaching, Cancer, something to do with creative arts, maybe something to do with movies, cinema, being an actor, being an actress, photography. What else could it be? Even spirituality, you know. Spirituality. What else could it be? Even, you know, paranormal studies or something like that. Theology also, or you could go to a religious college of some kind, of any type. There's many different types. What else? Oh, some of you might be deciding to become a nun or a priest, you know, something like that. I have no idea. I'm going to give you all examples. What else? 9th house. You might be going abroad. Okay. You might be going abroad maybe because of work, but not necessarily. You might be going abroad because you want to, you know, it's a vacation time. Others, it could be going abroad due to health reasons. You need to go continue your health treatment. If there's some sort of health issue, you decide to go abroad to do that. It might not go exactly as you had intended, but you know, there might be some sort of difficulties. But it could be that. What else? It could be that you're deciding to take a course, not exactly going to college, but a course in astrology, in Reiki, in healing, in tarot, anything to do with the esoterical arts, but in a structured sort of way. You know, you might be deciding to do that around the 17th of March. This could also be a brand new beginning and connected with an in-law. You know, your brother-in-law, your sister-in-law. I'm thinking it's more like sister-in-law. What else? But not necessarily. What else? The 9th house is also the house of justice, of law. So maybe there's some sort of court case and you decide to go to court. And this will be connected with your work environment, for instance. Maybe there's a young person or even a young man who's not treating you properly, or maybe there's like a boss who's not, who's being very aggressive. Whatever's going on in the work environment, you decide that you have enough, and you're gonna go to court to solve this. Okay. So finally, the full moon on the 31st of March 2018 is going to happen at 10 degrees of Libra, and in your case, Cancer, this is going to happen in your 4th house. So for some of you, this could be something to do with, this is not going to be an easy full moon. This is a difficult full moon. This could be for some of you who are already on that path. There's a separation from someone who lives with you, your spouse, your long-term partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. So maybe you decide to call it quits, maybe you decide to divorce, or maybe if you already were on that path, this is the time that you leave the house and you go live somewhere else, or your ex leaves your house, leaves the apartment, and goes and lives somewhere else. What else it could be? This could even be changes in your home environment, not necessarily due to a divorce. It could be maybe someone in your family leaves, because maybe one of your kids, I would say maybe a daughter, leaves to go and live with someone else. Maybe she needs to leave because she's going to start a brand new job, and she needs to move town, something like that. Whatever it is, it's kind of stressful for you. Okay, it's very stressful for you. Or it could be the other way around. Let's say that your daughter, it could be son, anyone close in your, I'm going to use this example. Your daughter needs to move to another city, or not exactly move to another city. Maybe she's got a promotion or something like that. And now her work schedule is going to be very intense. So she asks you to take care of her kid. Maybe your your, how do you say that, granddaughter. Because your daughter cannot do it, because she doesn't have the time. Because maybe she had to move to a different location. Maybe she had to move even to a different job, but even within the same city. But maybe she needs to be there at 7 a.m. I don't know, and doesn't have the time to take her kid to school and to take him. And then she asks you, Mom, Dad, can you pick him up? Can you go and pick him up at school and stay with him until like 9 o'clock or something like that? There could be something like that. There's some sort of change in your home environment, in your family, that's kind of disruptive to you, and you don't like it all that much. This could be also, maybe the changes are with your spouse, and maybe he or she is spending way too much time in work, and you don't like it. You might have a disagreement. You might have a fight. This could be moving to another place, to another home, both of you. There's no divorce, there's no separation, nothing like that. But at the end of the month, things are a bit stressful because you need to, adapt to this new place, and maybe adaptation is a bit difficult, and maybe you are in each other's nerves, and something like that. That's it. This is the reading that I have for you, Cancer, for March 2018. So let's continue. So hello, Leo. Let's see, Leo. How will the month of March 2018 will be for you? The full moon on the 2nd of March 2018 is going to be at 11 degrees of Virgo. In your case, this full moon happens in your 2nd house. So maybe you're getting your salary, something like that. Others, or maybe commission, something like that. It's a combination or an ending connected with your salary, with your own economical resources. So maybe for some of you, it's the last paycheck that you get because you're leaving this job, and maybe you have encountered another job. It could be that. For others, there's no leaving. You stay know exactly where you are, but maybe there's some sort of modifications, transformations to your paycheck, to your salary, to the money that you earn. And maybe you will not like these modifications. Maybe you feel that taxes are taking away way too much out of your salary. It could be that, you know. Again, it depends from case to case. What else? What else? I don't think you're gonna be all that happy with the money you earn, but not exactly, you know, you'll have enough, you know, for whatever it is, you'll have enough. Okay. So then the new moon on the 17th of March, this new moon is going to happen at 26 degrees of Pisces. In your case, Leo, where does it happen? It happens in your 8th house. So the 8th house is the house connected with shared resources. So it's the money that you share with other people. For instance, if you're married, if you are in a long-term partnership, it's the money that you have with your partner. So both of you have your own salary, and maybe your partner has his or her own salary, and then you put it together in a pot. That's the 8th house. So there's changes and modifications and transformations connected with that area in your life. So maybe, maybe you lost your job. I really hope not, but it could be that. And maybe this month the pot is going to be less, and you start feeling it around the 17th of March 2018. You start feeling that, things could be better, but they're not. Others, no one lost their job, like not you, not your spouse, not your partner, but maybe there's some sort of changes there. Maybe your salary has decreased, okay? Or your partner's salary has decreased, or maybe your partner doesn't earn commissions, something like that. Maybe this is, you starting something new that will eventually bring you money. Not exactly right now, but eventually will bring you money. For some of you, it has to do with some sort of creative endeavors, because Pisces is creative. It's a creative sign, so it's a sign connected with the arts. So maybe you'll start doing freelance work, in order to, have more money. And this does not mean that you have to leave your job. No, it's just something that you start around the 17th of March. Maybe in the beginning you'll have to, pay a bit in order to, for instance, buy materials for this new freelance endeavor, for this new project, whatever it is. And I'm thinking it's creative. It could be, for some of you, it could be creative, and you'll have to spend a bit. And so maybe, you won't start earning immediately money, okay? What else? What else can it be? It could be, the 8th house is also the house of death and taxes. And so maybe for others it could be that you get the news that you'll get some sort of inheritance, okay? Not immediately, but you'll get some sort of inheritance, and this might happen kind of not exactly out of the blue, but still going to be a bit shocking. Anyway, this money that you'll be getting, you might use it to, with your kids. For some of you, you'll use it for your kids, or you're like you could even get money from some sort of inheritance, but not use it, and immediately keep it away, so that, and it will be for your children or for your child when your kid grows up, okay, for college or something like that. What else could it be? It could be, for others, this could be a new intimate physical relationship. And because maybe you just met someone and you think this person is like the man of your dreams or the woman of your dreams. You have to be careful if that's the case, because you're not seeing things clearly. You are dominated by passion and desire, so you need to take care of yourself and take all precautions, because it's just better to take all precautions because you might this relationship might not last for a very long time, and it might give you some sort of quote unquote gift, if you know what I mean. And this gift might be the type that you'll it is, you know, 9 months from now you know exactly what I mean. Or this is the type of gift that needs, you know, you going to the doctor and taking care of it. Do you understand? So illnesses, that's what I'm speaking of. So be careful, okay? If you're starting some sort of physical relationship, be very careful. What else could it be? This could be something to do with taxes. Maybe you find out that there's new taxes and you'll have to pay these new taxes, whatever they are, and maybe connected with children, or it could be, for instance, let's say you get some sort of help from the government, from the authorities, connected with your kids, you know, some sort of help, monetary help. Maybe you'll find out that that help is decreased or will be decreasing, and you're gonna get less money. Okay, so it could be all sorts of things, Leo. And then finally, you have the full moon on the 31st of March, 2018, at 10 degrees of Libra. In your case, Leo, this full moon is gonna happen in your 3rd house. This is not gonna be a very happy or easy full moon, because it makes a square with Saturn and Mars in Capricorn, and it's opposing Mercury in Aries. So it's involved in a T-square between Mars and Saturn and Mercury. It could be you get some sort of message around the 31st of March that you will not like, a difficult message, maybe a message connected either with your health or with your job, with employment, you know, connected with the place where you work, and you will absolutely will not like it at all. This might entail some sort of argument, conflict of some kind, and yeah, some sort of message. But it's like, kind of like the final message, like you won't hear from this again, whatever it is. I'm thinking it's connected with work, profession, job. Even if you left it, you know, even if you've left your job, like in the beginning of the month, at the end of the month you're gonna get some sort of news connected with it, and maybe from a female boss. Okay, a female boss. What else? What else could it be? For those who have siblings, maybe there's some sort of conflict, a very difficult conflict with a sibling, and a very big argument. If it's not with your sibling, it could be with an in-law, could be with brother-in-law, sister-in-law. What else? Maybe you're fighting about health matters connected either with your, let's say your sibling has some sort of health issue. I'm just going to give you an hypothesis. Let's say your sister has an health issue, Leo, and you think that this health issue should be treated in a certain manner, but maybe your brother-in-law doesn't agree with it, and maybe you fight over it. It could be that as well. What else could it be? This could be some sort of issue connected with your car. If you have a car or means of transportation, there's some sort of difficulty. Your car might die. I really hope not. Or maybe it's not dying. Your car is not dying or anything like that, but it needs to go to the mechanic, and that will make you. It will be very difficult for you because of that to, you know, do your daily chores or your daily errands. It will make your ordinary life, everyday life, a bit difficult. It will put obstacles on your way. Maybe you needed the car to go to this place, to go in grocery shopping, and to go to the city and do this and go to the doctor, and now you're kind of dependent on transportation, on public transportation, and maybe you don't have it. Maybe there's some sort of how do you say, plus Mercury is retrograde, yeah, maybe there's some sort of strike and there's no way you can even get public transportation and you don't have a car, sorry, so there's like difficulties around that, and you will not like it, you will not like it at all. This could also be the end of a study. Maybe you're like studying something, some sort of training. Now this could be on-job training and you're forced to do this on-job training. You don't like it, but you have to do it. You don't like it maybe because it might be on top of your working day. So you have your ordinary working day, and after that you have like 2 more hours or 3 more hours of training, and that kind of messes up all of your day. And so you got the news of that will be happening around the 31st of March, or you're finishing up some sort of training. That could be on-job training, or it could be training that you did for yourself, you know, some sort of course that you decided to take, and maybe you do a test and you don't like the results of that test. Okay, so that's it, Leo. This is the reading that I have for you. So hello Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Let's see how the month of March 2018 will be for you. The full moon happens on the 2nd of March, and it's going to happen in your first house. So to you it could be the culmination or an ending connected with something very important in your life. It could be for some the ending of a relationship. It could be that. For others, not exactly an ending, but the realization that whatever relationship you are in right now, you want to go further, or both of you want to go further. So you decide to commit to this relationship, and both of you decide to go to the next level. That might be moving in together or being married. So it depends from case to case. It could be that. For others, it could be the end of a contract, because the ruler of Virgo is Mercury, which is located in the 7th house. So if you have some sort of contract, might be related to a job contract, something like that, and the contract ends and there's no more work. It could be that. For others, it's the signature of a contract. Therefore, you have a new job. It could be that for others. If there's some sort of ending connected with a contract, or it could be that maybe it does not get renewed because you have duties and obligations connected with your children for some reason, or you want to be more present for your children. It could be your decision not to renew the contract. This could be the end of some sort of, diet. Maybe you needed to change your diet in order to address some sort of health issue. Or it could be that maybe your spouse or your long-term partner or your boyfriend or girlfriend had some sort of issue related to their own health, and they needed to change their diet, or they needed to start some sort of exercise program, and even though there's nothing wrong with you, you decided to accompany your spouse or your long-term partner in that change, and now you don't. Now the problem is solved, and you don't have to keep, eating the same way. I don't know what type of diet that would, or eating, or doing yoga, or doing swimming, or doing some sort of exercise program. So then the new moon on the 17th of March happens at 26 degrees of Pisces. And in your case, Virgo, it's going to happen in your 7th house. So for some of you, it's a brand new beginning connected with intimate relationships. It could be for some marriage. You decide to get married. It could be that. For others, it could be you decide to move in with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Now, this could be in the beginning a bit challenging, because maybe there might be some sort of conflict. It could be that, let's say, this is just an example. You're a woman and you move in with your boyfriend, for instance. He's really, I would say that if that's the case, he's really used to being alone and to being single and not having to share his space. So in the beginning, there might be some sort of conflict in terms of domestic space and how you both get along. Or it's you, maybe it's you, you're not used to living with another person, and you're used to your own way of doing things, and maybe there's some sort of conflict derived from that. What else? If you get married, also if you move in with someone, there's someone in your family, I would say a male, who dislikes this boyfriend of yours, girlfriend of yours, this husband, this spouse, long-term partner. There's someone in your family, a male, who doesn't like him or her. Now, this could be your brother, this could be your father, a male, I would say. This could be your son as well. Your son might not like this person at all. This could also be, for instance, if it's not something to do with a brand new relationship, it could be a brand new contract. Maybe you do freelance work and you might be signing up, a contract with several different companies, or you get a new job. So that means that you have to sign a contract before you start this new work. For others, the 7th house. And if that's the case, if this is a brand new job, you will not have enough time to devote to your family. And there's someone in it could be your husband, for instance, who will not like that fact that you're spending so much time, concerned and doing about your work and doing your work. Now, this could be also the 7th house is the house connected with your 2nd child. Doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl, it's the 2nd one in line. So this could be a brand new beginning with your 2nd child. He or she might get married, might have a boyfriend or girlfriend, might have a new job, something new. Might start some sort of career connected with the arts or with movies in theater and being an actress or an actor. It could be all sorts of things, or it could even be your 2nd child might decide to become a doctor or a nurse or something like that. Whatever it is, there's someone in your family who will not like this. A male in your family who will not like this. No, it could be you if you are the male. Maybe, let's say, your daughter, 2nd daughter, wanted to be a doctor, but could only go to nursing school, maybe because she didn't have the grades to become a doctor. Maybe you, let's say you're the father, you disagree with her choice. So you would prefer her to, take another year to study or something like that before making that choice. Or it could be your husband who doesn't like this choice. Okay. Yeah. I think it's all. And then Virgo. The full moon on the 31st of March 2018. It's going to be at 10 degrees of Libra. In your case, Virgo, this full moon is going to happen in your 2nd house. So this is connected with the money that you earn, with your finances, with your personal resources. And this is a difficult full moon. So whatever money you're getting, you will not be happy. So if you just started a job and about 2 weeks in, you might get, your first salary, your first paycheck, something like that. You will not like the money that you get, okay? And there might be some sort of argument connected with your salary, maybe commissions. Maybe you thought you were going to earn commissions, you're not earning them. Or maybe there's some sort of clerical error or accounting error. There could be an accounting error connected with your money, the money that you get with your paycheck, and you should check that out. Or it could be that you realize that the money that you're earning, it's not enough to, for instance, to take care of your children, of your child. There's some sort of obstacles and duties and responsibilities in the area, Virgo, connected with your children. Maybe you are a lonely, a single parent, and you need money to take care of your kid, and you need money to pay. Maybe you have a young kid, and this kid needs to be, you know, in a, how do you say, how do you say, in Portuguese we call it infantário, nursing care, not nursing, you know, if your kid is like 3-4 years old, you put it in a place where there are other kids while you go to work. I don't know the name of it right now, I'm sorry. So maybe you need to pay for that, okay? You need to pay for that, you need to pay for rent, and you need to pay for all sorts of things, and there's no money. The money is not enough, and maybe you come to that realization around the 31st of March, but it could be an accounting error, okay? It could be an accounting error. So that's it, Virgo. This is the reading that I have for you. So hello, Libra. Let's see how the month of March 2018 will be for you. The full moon is going to happen on the 2nd of March at 11 degrees of Virgo. In your case, this full moon is going to happen in your 12th house. So this could be some sort of revelation, something which was secret that comes to the light, something which was hidden that is revealed. Now, this could have to do with health issues, some sort of health issue that comes to the light, which is good because that way it might be resolved. That way, if you have a diagnosis, Libra, you can resolve this, whatever it is. For others, there's some sort of culmination connected with your health issue. So maybe you already knew that you were ill, or there's some sort of illness, but around the 2nd of March, it is finally resolved to the best of the ability that it can be resolved. It's resolved. What else could it be? It could be, if this has nothing to do with health issues, it could be that this secret which is revealed is connected with a co-worker. I would say a young female co-worker. Now, this could be all sorts of things, okay, connected with this female co-worker. Maybe she, could be a she, could be a he. Maybe this co-worker is ill, it could be that. Maybe this co-worker is lying, like generally this person lies a lot, and it's kind of like an impulsive sort of way. And maybe what comes to the light is maybe that she or he, depends, made some sort of mistake on the job and tried to hide it. I don't know what it is, but it could be something, okay? What else? Maybe it has nothing to do with it. Maybe the revelation that comes to the light, that maybe some of your co-workers perhaps are going to be let go. And this message is rather aggressive, or maybe it's the co-workers take it in a very, they feel that this message that they are going to be let go in a very aggressive sort of way. Okay, so this is the full moon. It could be also like a time of how do you say, solitude, a solitude time that comes to an end. Maybe you're taking some time off, maybe you're even on vacation, maybe you're even sick for a few days, but right now you're all better and you can come back to work. Then, Libra, the new moon on the 17th of March happens at 26 degrees of Pisces. In your case, this is going to happen in the 6th house. So, it could be, like I said, something to do with health, a health issue. Now, it could be, the revelation that you have some sort of health issue. Okay, it could be that. And it's a sort of news that will not, that will make you angry, you know, and maybe the person who tells you this doesn't do it doesn't reveal this health issue in a very compassionate sort of way. Maybe this person is a bit aggressive. Maybe a young doctor doesn't know how to reveal this sort of information. What else? This could be a diagnose and a treatment. A treatment. You are told about a treatment that will be used connected with your health issue. You might not agree with this treatment. You might not, feel okay with this treatment. You might feel it's a bit aggressive. What else could it be? If everything is fine in terms of your health, you could just decide to, change your diet, maybe start exercising. Whatever you do in terms of exercise, don't go running to the middle of the traffic. Don't do anything which is too aggressive. It might not end well. So just do things quietly and calmly, and don't be overly ambitious, I would say, with your workout regime or your exercise regime. If everything is fine in health department, this could be new co-workers. Okay, you could have new co-workers, but these co-workers or this co-worker might be very aggressive in terms of speaking. He or she might speak in a very aggressive sort of way, or maybe you just feel that this person doesn't know anything and just speaks out of her or his, and just says whatever. That's how you feel. This person communicates in a very fast way, but it could be fast, but doesn't know exactly what they're saying. It seems to be a bit confused or something like that, and seems to be absolutely sure about his beliefs or her beliefs. Okay, you might be in an argument with this new co-worker. Don't do it. Okay, there's no point. What else could it be? This could be a new pet, even. Okay. It could even be a new pet. Now, what else could it be? This could be also new routines. You have to have a new routine, but traffic will be in the way, or people will be very aggressive while driving. So you need to go to this place, into that place, into that place, and it's like on the road, no one is being helpful. It feels like that. Then Libra, the full moon on the 31st of March is going to happen at 10 degrees of Libra, exactly your sign. Unfortunately, this full moon on the 31st, it's not a very good full moon. It's not a very good lunation. It has a square with Saturn and Mars in Capricorn, and it opposes Mercury in Aries. So this is a T-square. It's involved in a T-square. So there could be like an ending or a culmination connected with some part of your life. Maybe a relationship comes to an ending. It could be that for some, after a very big, huge argument. Okay, maybe you are involved with someone, Libra, and you have this big, huge argument with the other person. The other person seems to be younger than you and maybe a little immature, and just says whatever he or she thinks. Okay, it's very honest with what they think, and you, to you, Libra, it is more important. Not exactly honesty, but diplomacy, in knowing how to say things and being able to compromise, and maybe the other person is not doing that. Maybe that's why you end this relationship, or it could be the other person who ends this relationship. The problem here seems to be, what does it seem to be? An authority figure connected with your family. Maybe this person doesn't like your mother or your father. Okay, maybe you need to live with your mother. Maybe your mother needs to move in. Okay, and the other person doesn't agree with that, or it could be the other way around. Maybe, perhaps, you are with someone and this person is too much. It's too attached to the mother, the father, someone elderly, and you feel that this person is being controlled by them, and you don't, and you think that this person should, your girlfriend or boyfriend should, you know, should not be around so much with this person. What else? What else? They are very forceful about their needs. It could be that. What else could it be? This I said like boyfriend, girlfriend, or it could even be like a spouse. What else could it be? Others, it could be like not the end of a relationship, but the relationship going to the next stage, to the next level. However, there are going to be arguments, and again, there will be some sort of intrusion of an elderly family member. It could be your mother, could be the other person's mother or father, someone elderly who doesn't approve, okay? Who really doesn't approve. What else? And in spite of all of that, you decide to move on further and keep going and be together. This could also be the end of a contract, and maybe it ends after an argument, or you don't agree. Maybe you are in a place, in a workplace, and you already have employment, you already have a job, and your contract is up for renewal, but the conditions they give on this new contract, you don't agree with them, and maybe there's some sort of very big argument, and maybe the contract doesn't get renewed, or you sign it and you don't like it. Something to do with contracts also. Either you might decide not to sign some sort of contract. Okay. What else? What else? Now, this could also be a very big argument connected with the money that you and your spouse or your long-term partner are spending, perhaps connected with a home, with a house. Maybe you want to buy a new house, or for the first time buy a home. Maybe your spouse wants to spend way too much money and you cannot afford it. Maybe your spouse wants to ask for money from a family member and you don't agree with it, okay? Because that way that family member from your side or her side or his side will use that as leverage to always be butting in your relationship. It could be all sorts of things, okay? But it's not going to be a very easy lunation, okay? And that's it, Libra. This is the reading that I have for you for March 2018. So let's move on. So hello, Scorpio. Let's see how the month of March 2018 is going to be for you. The full moon on the 2nd of March is going to happen at 11 degrees of Virgo. In your case, Scorpio, this full moon is going to happen in your 11th house. So for some of you, it could be the end of a friendship, yes. Maybe you just got a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and maybe one of your friends doesn't get along with this boyfriend or girlfriend, and maybe that's why you end the friendship. It could be that. Or it could be that others just had a kid. You might have just had a kid, and you no longer have time for a particular friend or for a group of friends or for an institution or whatever, because the 11th house is also connected with groups and institutions. So this is why you stop seeing your friend, not that because anything, you know, went wrong with him or her, but maybe you just don't have the time anymore because you're very busy with being a parent, you know. Others, this could be the end of a project, a long-term project. Maybe you had a long-held wish, a long-term project, and around the 2nd of March, finally this project is fulfilled. Maybe this is a creative project of some kind. Not necessarily, it could be that, yes. For some of you, it's finally a long-held wish, an ambition. A long-term project comes to fruition, it gets fulfilled. Others, you have to let it go, you know. Something might happen. You might realize that you don't have enough time or you don't have enough money to make this the way you want it to make, so you have to let go of this particular project. Not necessarily forever, but, you know, for a while, at least for the time being. Then, Scorpio, you have the full moon, I'm sorry, the new moon on the 17th of March at 26 degrees of Pisces. And in your case, where does it happen? It's in the 5th house, right? It's in your 5th house. So this could be for some of you a new boyfriend, a new girlfriend. Maybe you're just dating, you know, casually, and you decide to, maybe you have a conversation with this person, or this person has a conversation with you, and you decide to, you know, take the relationship to the next level. You decide to become boyfriend and girlfriend, you know. Others, it could be you are a parent, finally a child is born or something like that. If it's not a child is born, you find out, Scorpio, that you're pregnant. Could be that. Others, it's like you just meet someone and it's like almost love at first sight. Okay, but you have to be a bit careful with that. Also, if you are dating around this time, you might be spending a lot of time, not just time, a lot of money with the person whom you are dating. Maybe you keep, you know, going to places, going out to eat, going see movies, going to see plays, whatever you're doing with your boyfriend or girlfriend, it's costing you a lot of money. And maybe you're so happy you don't even realize the amount of money you're spending. If it's not that, Scorpio, this could be a new creative project, a new creative endeavor, something that really fulfills you, that kind of enriches your soul, but you're spending a lot of money with this. Let's say you want to really invest on learning how to paint, learning how to draw, whatever, something like that. You're spending a lot of time in buying the best, you know, the best materials, or you're learning how to to be a photographer. You spending a lot of money in anything related to that, to maybe buying books, maybe you're taking classes, maybe you're buying the best materials, stuff like that. If it's not that, it's a new something that happens brand new to one of your kids, to your son, your daughter. Maybe he or she decides to, or you decide that she needs to or he needs to, you know, take karate lessons, and or even learning how to play an instrument, something new, something creative in the life of your kid, of one of your children, or maybe all of your children. And you'll have to spend money. If this is if your kid is learning how to if your kid is taking karate lessons or swimming lessons, it's going to be expensive. You're going to end up paying more than you expected. If it's not that, there's another way of reading this. This could be a risk that you take, but you have to be very careful, because you might be spending a lot of money, Scorpio, okay? You might be spending a lot of money, and this is not necessarily a risk that is worth taking. You should be very careful with the amount of money you're spending, Scorpio, okay? So finally, the full moon on the 31st of March, it's going to happen at 10 degrees of Libra. In your case, where is going to happen? It's going to happen in your 12th house. So this is not a very good happy lunation, I'm sorry to tell you. It squares Saturn and Mars in Capricorn, and it opposes Mercury in Aries. So there's a big T-square, you know, between Mercury, Saturn, Saturn and Mars, and, you know, in the full moon. So it's this could be a revelation of a secret, something that comes to light, something which was hidden. Now, this something which was hidden might be concerning your health. Maybe you have some sort of health issue and you had no idea about this. I really hope that's not the case. But if it comes to the light, if it's finally uncovered, it's take it as an opportunity for you to deal with it, whatever this health issue could be. Now, this could also be that maybe you did have a health issue, but you had no idea, your doctors had no idea what was it. But around the 31st of March, that's the time when you get the diagnosis, which will not be exactly easy, not an exactly easy diagnosis, but at least you know what it is, and you can deal with it. I'm sorry. Another way of reading this lunation is like the end of a treatment. Maybe you had, Scorpio, some sort of health issue, and around the 31st of March, because it's a full moon, it's a culmination, therefore it's the end of a treatment. Maybe it's the end of a medical treatment because you cannot go any further, okay? So maybe there's stuff that could still be done, but maybe that type of treatment is refused to you, or maybe you don't have all the characteristics for you to be given that treatment. It's like the end of a treatment, and which doesn't really make you happy, okay? What else? What else could it be? It could be also the revelation of a secret connected with a co-worker. You know, maybe a co-worker was not, you know, behaving. Maybe a co-worker, a young co-worker, who's very aggressive, who's way too honest, and something comes up related to him or her. I'm thinking it's more like a young man. And, you know, a secret that comes to the light, some sort of behavior, bad behavior that comes to the light. And maybe this coworker is let go. Okay, maybe this coworker is let go, and he's fired. You know, it could be that. What else could it be? No, this could be something else. This could be the revelation of a secret, for instance, connected with a spouse. Maybe your spouse was keeping something hidden from you. Like maybe he or she lost his or her job, or maybe your spouse or your long-term partner had some sort of illness, and it was keeping this illness hidden from you because your partner or spouse didn't want to worry you. But around the 31st of March, there's no more hiding. It's impossible to hide. What else? This could be the end also of a reclusive time. Maybe even for health reasons, you were, you know, not going out. You were just alone. It was like a few solitary, let's say, weeks. But now you have to go back to work. You have to get out of this seclusion. And you're not very happy with it. You're not happy with it. Okay. So that's it, Scorpio. This is the reading that I have for you. Hello, Sagittarius. So let's see how the month of March 2018 is going to be for you. The full moon happens on the 2nd of March, and it's going to be at 11 degrees of Virgo. In your case, Sagittarius, this full moon is going to happen in your 10th house. So for some of you, it's the end of a career, it's the end of a profession. Maybe you're changing careers. Some of you are, you are done with your current job or your current career, and you're moving on to a different one. For others, it could be that you're retiring. If it's not you, maybe it's a person of authority in your life. Maybe there's a boss who leaves, or maybe there's like a new boss entering, because full moons could be either endings or culminations, something coming into fruition. So it depends from case to case. So you might have like a new boss, could be a female boss, even younger, Others, it could be someone in your family who's retiring. Now, it could be someone in authority. I would say a woman, because there's a lot of feminine signs. So a woman in your family who has authority over you, it could be mother, grandmother, is retiring, but not necessarily. It could even be like an older sibling who's retiring, someone who is close to you. And this sibling might not be all that much older than you, but maybe this sibling is retiring over health issues, Sagittarius. It could be that. Or you yourself, you're leaving the current job market because you want to be at home and take care of your kids. It could be that you want to be and there's nothing wrong with it, be at home mom, stay at home mom. Or you want to work on a home-based business so you can have time for your kids and your family. Maybe there's someone ill in your family, you want to be close to them, you want to take care of them, and you want to work on your own business. It could be all sorts of things. Another way of reading this lunation, it could be, Sagittarius, that maybe there's a change in your public image. Maybe you're getting married, For instance, you're moving to a different place, to your own place. Maybe you're getting divorced. Others, you know, it could be that. It could be a divorce. So like there's like a change in your public image. Okay. So this is the 10th house, the full moon, and then Sagittarius, the new moon Sagittarius at 17th of March at 26 degrees of Pisces. In your case, where does it happen? It's going to happen in your 4th house. So for some of you, it's a brand new home. You want to go and live somewhere else. You buy your first apartment, you buy your first house, something like that. Maybe you just retired like 2 weeks ago and you decide to move to a different place, to a different city, to the place you grew up, and you want to move on there. You want to move on to a place where there's water, like maybe the sea, near the ocean, near a lake, near a river, something like that. What else? For others, it could be a brand new beginning, connected with someone in your family. Okay, so someone close to you. It could be your spouse. It could be mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, even one of your kids. Bring a brand new beginning to someone close to you. Okay, even sibling, if siblings live with you, or if they're close to you. Okay, what else? Yeah, I think I said everything connected with the 4th house. And then Sagittarius, there's the full moon. The full moon on the 31st of March of 2018 is going to happen at 10 degrees of Libra. In your case, Sagittarius, this full moon is going to be in your 11th house. This is not a very pleasant full moon, I'm sorry to tell you. It squares Saturn and Mars in Capricorn, and it opposes Mercury in Aries, conjuncting the Sun also in Aries. So there might be a very big quarrel with one of your friends, because the 11th house is the house of friends. If it's not one of your friends, it could be a very large group, a very big institution to which you belong to. This institution could be all sorts of things. Could be even like a political group to which you belong, or even it could be not necessarily something it could be something simple, Sagittarius. Maybe you belong to a group where you belong to a group where a community of women usually join to, I don't know, knit or something. I'm just giving you this as an example. And there's some sort of quarreling, some sort of conflict, some sort of aggressiveness. You know, words are exchanged. Maybe there's like a difference of opinions. Maybe this has to do with politics. I really hope not. And maybe you leave this group because of that. Others, it could be a friend. You have a difference of opinions, and you quarrel, you have a discussion, you have a very heated argument, and you're no longer friends. It could be that. It could be that maybe you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and maybe one of your friends does not like this boyfriend or girlfriend, really doesn't like it, and maybe this friend, maybe you have to pick between staying close friends to this person or be with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Okay, maybe you pick the boyfriend or girlfriend. What else could it be? It also could be that a project, a long-held project, comes to fruition, something you've always wanted to do, but not in the way you expected. It probably does not give you the material resources which you expected. Maybe it's whatever you wanted, like it's a long-held wish, an ambition that you have. Could even be creative ambition, and it finally comes into fruition because you've put in the time, you've put in the hard work, but then it does not give you the money which you expected. Okay, you might have been working on this for years and years and years, and then it does not pay you the amount of money you were expecting. You're really, really mad about it. Okay, and this could be a creative endeavor. What else? This could be some sort of quarreling between one of your kids. Maybe one of your kids is acting in a very selfish sort of way, and one of your children or your kid, your son or daughter, kind of doesn't allow you to fulfill an ambition that you always wanted to fulfill. It's like he or she stands in the way, and maybe you like, or maybe there's like your kid sees, I say kid, but it could be like a teenager, you know, you have some sort of argument, heated argument with one of your kids. It could be, yeah, maybe because you want to do something and it's like your kid is in the way. I'm sorry to say this. I'm sorry to say this. It doesn't allow you or something like that. What else? This could also be that a long-held project, a long-held dream that you always wanted to fulfill, you have to let it go. You have to let it go because there's no way, at least that for now, there's no way, Sagittarius, that you can fulfill this dream and materialize this project, this ambition of yours, and you have to let it go. And maybe because of money, maybe because someone is in the way, maybe you have responsibilities with your children and you cannot do this. I'm going to give you like a very weird example. Let's say that you got picked to be an astronaut, something like that. I'm just giving you the weirdest type of example. You got picked to be an astronaut, cosmonaut. You got picked to be in this program from NASA to go and start training to be one of the first humans to go to Mars or something like that. And now you can't because you just had a kid. It could be something like that, and you have to let that dream go. I'm just giving you the weirdest example. What else? This could be rewards from your career, which are very little, and you're really mad because of that. You're really, really, really mad because of that. This could be you finally putting in paper, for instance, or defining for yourself new goals, a long-term project, but it's not in the way that you'd wish, and you're mad because of that. You're very mad because of that, because you have so many dreams, Sagittarius, but you have to confine yourself to one project and maybe two, because there's not enough money. For instance, you have to put you have to put your entire focus on that one project or two projects, and not 5 or 10. Okay, and that's it, Sagittarius. This is the reading that I have for you. Bye bye. So hello, Capricorn. Let's see how the month of March 2018 is going to be for you. The full moon happens on the 2nd of March at 11 degrees of Virgo. In your case, Capricorn, it's going to happen in your 9th house. So this could be for some like the end of superior studies, meaning you end your college course, your university studies ended around the 2nd of March. Maybe you had to do a class, maybe you had to give a project to something connected with university studies finally comes to an end, to a completion. Okay, maybe you decide to go back to college, or you first start studying this year, and maybe around the 2nd of March is the time where you apply to go to certain colleges. It could be that, or you decide to maybe you already have a college course and you decide to do postgraduate work or graduate studies, to advance in your university studies. For others, it's the end. Maybe some of you, for whatever reason, cannot continue studying, continue in university, so you leave college. It could be that for some. Maybe you have to take care of a sibling, for instance, who's sick, who's ill. What else? Maybe studying is hard for you because you have to take some sort of medication that messes with your ability to think and to write. And maybe for a moment, for a while, you have to leave college, but maybe you'll return. What else could it be? This could be some sort of ending connected with the in-law, maybe a brother-in-law, maybe a sister-in-law. I would say maybe sister-in-law, not necessarily. Maybe you had some sort of difficulty with this in-law, and around the 2nd of March, maybe you decide to call it quits. You no longer talk to him or her, or there's a reconciliation with this in-law. It could be that as well. What else could it be? This could be nothing is happening between you and the in-laws. You are just merely the witness of something happening to the life of your in-law, sister-in-law or brother-in-law. Something is happening to him or her, and you are aware of that. This could be also the end of a court case. Maybe this court case is connected with a neighbor. Maybe this court case is connected with a sibling, something to do, and the court case comes to an ending. If it's not that, maybe you've been having some sort of troubles with, I would say, sibling. It could be sibling, could be neighbor, or it could even be like a car. You've bought a car and the car is not very good, and maybe the person who sold you the car lied to you, did it on purpose, or refuses to get the car back or something like that, and you have enough and you had enough and you decide to take this to court, and around the 2nd of March is when you have that decision, when you make that decision. If you're having troubles with your siblings, if there's some sort of issue connected with the health of your sibling, maybe you have to take these things further and you have to go to court in order to get this resolved. This could be also the end of a trip abroad. Maybe you went abroad. Maybe you went abroad just to visit a sibling. Maybe a sibling lives abroad and you went to visit your brother or your sister, and around the 2nd of March is when you come back. What else could it be? This could be also maybe your sister or brother took you to kind of influenced you in a religious manner. Maybe he or she belongs to a church, or whatever you want to call it. I'm saying church, but it could be anything connected with religion. Let's say it's a church, and maybe your sibling belongs to a certain type of church, and he or she persuaded you to join the same church. And around the 2nd of March is when the time that you first go with your sibling to this church, or you just decide to, I've had enough with church and religion and all of that, and you just call it quits. Okay, Capricorn. Now let's go to the next lunation, which is the new moon. New moons are beginnings, something new, starting. And it's going to happen on the 17th of March at 26 degrees of Pisces, and it's going to happen in your 3rd house, Capricorn. So this could be a brand new beginning connected with a car. Maybe you need a car. Maybe around the 17th of March is the time when you buy a car, but you have to be careful because this car might have some sort of problem, and you have to be very careful. If someone is selling you a used car, you have to be careful with what you're buying, okay? Because you don't know everything about this car. Even if it's a new car, there's something off with this car, something you are not being told. Okay? What else? This could be you might have new neighbors, but one of this new neighbor has some sort of secret. This new neighbor has issues. There's issues with this neighbor. There might be even mental issues, or maybe this neighbor is ill. This could be mental illness, this could be physical illness, this could be addiction. There's some sort of secret connected with this neighbor, and maybe something hidden. Maybe this neighbor could be a man or a woman, doesn't matter, could be a family. really looks nice and agreeable and all of that, but there's a rage that either this neighbor or this new family hides. It's a rage which is being hidden by this neighbor. What else? This could be also a brand new beginning with your sibling or one of your siblings, okay? So let's say that your sibling gets a boyfriend or a girlfriend. If let's say it's a woman, it's your sister. Your sister has a brand new boyfriend. She has to be careful with this boyfriend because there's some sort of secrecy connected with this boyfriend, and you know, he might be controlling. He might have anger issues, very deep anger issues. Okay, and she needs to be careful if that's the case. What else? This could be like a brand new beginning, not necessarily connected with relationships to your sibling, you know, but this, whatever this brand new beginning is, there's part of it that he or she, your sibling, is either not seeing or is keeping hidden from you. I don't know what it is, but there's an element of secrecy. What else could it be? Now, this could be you, Capricorn, and you're starting some sort of training. It could be training for the job, yes, or it could be that you start a course that you want to because you feel like it. It could be something like flower arrangement, whatever. I'm saying this as an example. Photography course, something that you start because you feel like it, okay? But maybe a male in your family, a male, I would say husband or boyfriend, doesn't agree with this course. This could even be a language course, you know. Maybe you want to go on vacation like a few months from now, and you want to go to a country by the sea, and you want to learn the language just for fun. And there's a male here in your life who really does not agree with that. Could be a brother, could be father, could be husband, someone like that. What else could it be? This could be a lot of messages that you're getting on around the 17th of March. A lot of messages. You have to be careful. There might be some sort of hacking, and you might be affected. I really hope not. But you can get. There's a lot of messages that you might be getting, you know. And then, Capricorn, finally there's the full moon on the 31st of March and at 10 degrees of Libra. In your case, it's going to happen in your 10th house. This is not a very good lunation because it's a T-square. This full moon makes a T-square with Saturn in Mars in Capricorn and with Mercury in Aries. So it's not very pleasant lunation. So there's like an unpleasant ending connected with your career, with your job, with your profession, or an unpleasant fruition connected with your job and career. Let's say you have a new boss. Okay, you will not like this boss. Let's say there's a boss who leaves. You will not like the fact that he or she leaves. Let's say that some of you might be getting a promotion, but this means more work, more duties, less time for you to spend at home. Okay, and it's not necessarily a good promotion. You may not necessarily make more money because of this. Others, it could be that you are not promoted. Maybe you were expecting it, but you are not promoted. Others, it could be you just had enough of this job and you leave. Or you get fired. It could be being fired. Others, it could be that you are tired of this career and you leave this career in order to start something new, or you just get retired. Or you retire. If you retire, some of you might be forced into retirement, others not necessarily, but it does not seem pleasant, okay? The 10th house is the house of the public image. There might be some sort of change in your public image that might affect you in a negative way. Maybe let's say that some of you, it could be a divorce, okay, it could be that. Others, it could be maybe you're getting married, but maybe whomever you're getting married, the authorities in your life do not agree. And when I say authorities in your life, it could be like more mother, father, like the older people in your life. They don't agree with this person. They don't like the person you're marrying. Okay? They don't like this person. It could be that. It could be that you're divorcing, and also this might affect negatively your image if that is the case. What else? It might be that you have a boyfriend, a new boyfriend or a new girlfriend, and people don't like this new boyfriend or girlfriend. Maybe they think that he or she is very vain, okay, and only thinks about the money. In this might affect your image, your public image, in a very negative way. Now, this could be an authority in your life who's leaving, who's retiring, like maybe your father, mother, grandfather, grandmother, something like that. Whatever it is, it might be a difficult time, okay? But it's just, just at the end of the month. Hopefully things will get better. And then that's it, Capricorn. This is the reading that I have for you. So, hello, Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Let's see how the month of March 2018 is going to be for you. On the 2nd of March, there's a full moon at 11 degrees of Virgo. In your case, Aquarius, this full moon is going to happen in your 8th house. So there could be an ending or culmination connected with your shared resources. So maybe some of you might lose their job. There might be an ending connected with the money that you have now. This could be you ending. Some of you might, be ending, be done with a place of employment, but maybe you're like moving in to another place, okay, to another job, to another company. If it's not you, it's your long-term partner with whom you share your money. Maybe there's some changes to him or her employment. Maybe he or she gets, fired. I really hope not. But it could be also that maybe he or she gets promoted. Therefore, there's more money. So there's like changes to the money that you have with another person. This could also be the end, like paying a tax bill. It could be that, any type of tax bill. Maybe it's connected with your property. This could be also something to do with banks. Maybe you look at the investments that you have and you decide to get, to end some sort of investment and to collect the money, to take out the money from those investments. Maybe there's some sort of investment that comes to a fruition, and around the 2nd of March, it's the time that you get the interests of that investment. Others, it could be you getting rid of a debit card, or you're getting rid of a credit card, something like that. Maybe you don't want to spend so much money. There could be also, I really hope not, a death in a family. This could be a cousin, this could be an uncle, something like that. Not necessarily, but this death in the family might have already occurred. But around the 2nd of March, this is the time where you get the inheritance, if you, do get some sort of inheritance. The 8th house is also the house of the occult. So maybe you just ended a study connected with the occult or the paranormal. This could be something simple as like reading books. Maybe you, around the 2nd of March, bought all the books that you wanted to buy and you are starting to read them. Or you just you have finally ended reading all the books in whatever subject you were interested in. Also, what else? This could be the end of a intimate relationship, okay? This could be the end of an intimate relationship. Or in the other way, it could be the other way around. Some of you might be, advancing to the next level. Maybe you do meet someone, have, started seeing someone, and around the 2nd of March is when you decide both to advance to the next level and, get physical. And then the new moon on the 7th of March is going to happen at 26 degrees of Pisces. And what does this mean for you, Aquarius? Well, this new moon is going to happen on your second house. This could be a brand new source of income. Some of you might be changing jobs. Some of you might be, getting a new job, moving to another place, moving to another company. If this is a new company, a new group, a new institution, it might be difficult to work with them. Maybe you might meet a new group of associates who might be young and might be a bit forceful, mainly men, and you might have a difficulty in working with these people. What else could it be? This could be another source of income, not necessarily that you lose your job or that you end your job or something like that. You keep doing your job and being employed and all of that. Maybe you decide to do some sort of freelance work and have another source of income, not just one, but not just the one from your job, but another source of income. That could even be from creative work, all sorts of creative work: painting, drawing, photography, singing, making music, whatever, something connected with your natural abilities, let's say. Or you can just be buying something which you value a lot. It could be that. And you might be, a bit overspending a little bit, Aquarius. Then finally, the full moon on the 31st of March is going to happen at 10 degrees of Libra, and I'm sorry to say this is not a very good, pleasant full moon, because it's involved in a T-square with Saturn and Mars in Capricorn, and with Mercury and also the Sun in Aries. So this is full moons are endings or culminations. It depends from natal chart to natal chart. Some of you might be ending a college course, maybe not on the best terms. Maybe you just had like one class left or something like that, and you end that class and you deliver the final work or the thesis or whatever. And if you end around the 31st of March, you might be getting a grade that you won't like at all, okay? Others, it could be that you are moving on to a different, you've ended your college course and you decide to go to postgraduate studies, but whatever you choose, you don't like it. I would say this is not your first choice, okay? This is also maybe for some of you butting heads with a college professor. It could even be a colleague. You could even teach at university, okay? And you feel that some sort of authority in that university, in that college, is like undermining you in a very secret sort of way, and you kind of feel it, but you cannot say whom is doing this. There might be some sort of disagreements and even conflicts with some sort of college professor who might be your colleague, or who might be, I would say, more like an authority figure, or you might be the authority figure. And this could be a young person, and this young person doesn't want to follow the rules, doesn't want to follow the way that it's always been. He wants to bring something new, but in a very with no structure, whatever it is, to this department, let's say. Others, it could be that you are in college and you're studying something, but you decide to end, you give up college, maybe for now. Maybe you feel that you're being bullied. Maybe you feel that some sort of authority within the college, within university, is undermining you in an occult sort of way, in a hidden sort of way. You don't feel welcomed, Aquarius. It could be that. So you might decide to leave college, and not necessarily forever, at least for a while. Others, or it could be that there's some sort of issue. Could be an issue with a sibling, and that means that you need to leave college, or there's some sort of illness, and you need to leave college because of that as well. What else? What else? Or maybe some of you others could be, maybe you have a younger sibling and this younger sibling is acting out and you need to move back to close to home in order to take care of this sibling, maybe. What else? This could also be leaving a religion, leaving church, leaving whatever religion you have. It's like the final straw and you cannot take it anymore. And it's like you might have some sort of a disagreement with a religious authority, and maybe something hidden connected with this religious authority comes to light, and this religious authority does not accept responsibility, and you just had it and you just leave the church, the place of, you know, of whatever religion it is, you just leave it. What else? What else could it be? It could be the end of a trip abroad. You went to travel abroad to visit a female family member. Could be sibling, could be mother, could be you know, someone, a woman from your family who's abroad, who's over. I cannot say overseas. She is in a different country. I'm saying she could be a he also. And you went to visit her, and then you're coming back around the 31st of March, Aquarius. But the trip coming back is not very good. Maybe there's some sort of fighting. Maybe something gets lost. Maybe there's some sort of problems, mechanical problems, and you and the rest of the passengers are kept in the dark. No one tells you anything. So you're returning home, and it's not a very pleasant trip. Or you might decide around the 31st of March is you are planning a trip over, you know, abroad to a different country. This could be for you know, a vacation, or this could be for professional reasons. And around the 31st of March is when you already planned everything out, and you've bought the ticket and all of that. But this was not an easy plan. This was difficult to plan. Okay, so it's maybe you're told one thing, and then at the end it turns out it's another thing, and I don't know. It's something stressful. It's like the planning of a trip overseas or to a different country, which is very stressful. What else could it be? This could be a very large argument with an in-law, like the final argument, the final straw. If you have an in-law, and this could be a woman, a very possessive sort of woman, a very controlling in terms of money and property woman, an in-law who's a woman, and you're like fighting with her. And because of your fighting with her, you end up fighting with your sibling, who might be a younger brother. So this could be the final straw concerning an in-law, and you just had it, and you fight. Now this could also be the end of a court case. Again, if you go to court, it has to do with property. It has to do with something connected with your family, maybe a sibling, property, who gets what, who pays for what, who gets the house, who gets something, you know, something around those subjects. And it's a very stressful sort of court case. Either it comes to an end or to a completion, and you will not like the result. Okay, you will not like the result of this court case, the end of this court case. Or some of you might decide to advance to the court case because there's some sort of trouble, maybe with a sibling or in-law, and you've decided there's nothing else that I can do. This needs to be resolved by the law. Okay, so there's many different ways of reading this lunation. That's it, Aquarius. This is the reading that I have for you. Bye bye. So hello, Pisces, 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 Pisces. Let's see how the month of March 2018 is going to be for you. The full moon on the 2nd of March happens at 11 degrees of Virgo. In your case, Pisces, this lunation is going to happen in your 7th house. So for some of you, it's a divorce. It could be that. But maybe if there was some sort of trouble with your relationship, Pisces, it's not happening overnight, okay? So maybe around the 2nd of March, it's the time you decide to either separate or, you know, to divorce. It could be that for some of you. Others, it's the other way around. Again, it depends from natal chart to natal chart. Maybe you just started a relationship and you and the person with whom you are with decide to take this relationship to the next level, and you decide to, you know, either become boyfriend and girlfriend, have a much more solidified love relationship, or you decide to move in together, or you decide even to get married, okay? So it depends from natal chart to natal chart. For others, the 7th house is the house of contracts, so there could be an ending to a professional contract. Let's say you're a freelancer, you are a designer, and maybe you've worked with several different companies. Maybe one company or another decides to no longer work with you and kind of decides to end their arrangement with you. It could be that. For others, it could be, let's say you are in a company and it's a steady job, it's steady work, and you are up for renewal of your contract. It could go in two different ways. One, you renew the contract, okay, and it will be much more stable situation in terms of employment. Others, it could be your contract does not get renewed, okay? It depends from natal chart to natal chart. The 7th house is also the house of your second child, so the second one in line. Doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl. So there could be an ending connected to the life of your second child. Maybe he or she gets divorced, gets separated, loses his or her job. I'm thinking it's more like a girl, but it could be the other way around. Maybe your child, let's say it's a daughter, second one, it's the second one. I'm saying daughter because there's a lot of feminine signs involved. Let's say that she gets a job, or she gets some sort of internship, or she has a steady relationship, she has a steady boyfriend or girlfriend, or let's say that your daughter gets married, okay, or becomes a mother, for instance. It's something to do with the life of your second child, the one who was born second, okay? It doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl. Then, moving on, the new moon is going to happen on the 17th of March at 26 degrees of Pisces. Therefore, it's going to happen in your first house. So, this could be a brand new beginning for you. So, if you just got divorced or separated, it's like a brand new life. If you just move in with your boyfriend or girlfriend, or if you decided to get married, again, this is a brand new life. Whatever this brand new thing which is happening in your life, romantically, professionally, there might be some sort of difficulties connected with your career, with your profession, and even with a male boss. There's a male boss who really doesn't like this brand new beginning of yours. You might even be becoming a mother or a father, for instance, and because of that you need to go home a bit sooner, or you need to stay home for a few months. Whatever it is, there's a male boss who will not like this. I'm sorry to tell you. If this is a brand new beginning in terms of relationship, this might affect negatively a part of yourself, of your public image. There's like a negative impact in your public image. Maybe you're a bit more assertive, and maybe people don't like that about you. I'm sorry to tell you, it could happen. Or maybe there's like an authority figure, not necessarily the boss, but like a father, for instance, or an older brother or brother who really doesn't like this brand new beginning in your life, whatever it is. Okay? Or this could be that whatever this brand new beginning in your life on the 17th of March, around the 17th of March, will conflict with your career in some way, or you might want to end this career and move on to a different type of career, Pisces. And there's a lot of people who don't agree with that, and there's a lot of people who think that you're making a harsh decision, an impulsive decision or action. Finally, the full moon on the 31st of March is going to happen at 10 degrees of Libra. And in your case, Pisces, this full moon in Libra is going to happen where? In your 8th house. Now, this is not a very easy full moon. This full moon is involved in a T-square with Saturn and Mars in Capricorn, and with Mercury conjoining the Sun in Aries. So this is an ending concerning, for some of you, an ending concerning shared resources. Maybe you had money with a business partner. Maybe you had a business partner and you both of you decide to go your own way. Therefore, that money stops. Okay, maybe you have like even a physical place where you sold your stuff, whatever it was, and this partnership gets dissolved. So in terms of money, things are not going to be easy. This could also be for those who are getting divorced. Suddenly you have to just support yourself with your money, with the money that you have, and not depend on the other person, on the spouse. But it could be the other way around. Okay, maybe you are with someone and everything is fine in terms of your relationship. No one is getting mad. You are in a very long term relationship, which is very stable. But let's say that there's some changes to the financial situation of your partner. Maybe he or she loses their job, or not necessarily lose their job, but the hours that he or she works get cut. Okay, and suddenly there's less money entering your let's say joint bank account. This could also be some sort of inheritance. Maybe you get an inheritance, maybe from a sibling or a cousin, a woman, I would say a woman, but the inheritance that you get is not exactly the inheritance that you thought you'd get. It's less money. There's less money, and maybe most of the money is going to be eaten up by taxes and obligations of that kind. Or if it's not getting an inheritance, you have to deal with the death of someone in your family. And I'm thinking aunt, uncle. Oh, it's a woman. It's a woman. Maybe an aunt, maybe a grandmother, maybe a sibling, maybe a cousin, and you have to deal with getting everything in order. You're not getting paid. Deal with the house, deal with the estate, something like that, and you're really mad because you don't want to do this. What else? What else? This could be also a death in the family. Could be also. I really hope that does not happen, but it could be that. The 8th house is also the house of physical intimacy. For others, it could be the end of an intimate love affair. So the end of a physical relationship. It could be that, like maybe you call it quits with someone, and that part of your life with that person ends. What else? What else? The 8th house. The 8th house is also connected with taxes. So you get the news that there's changes to your taxes. Now, these taxes could be concerning the car that you drive, and you thought maybe you just got a brand new car, a luxury car, and then you find out that you're going to pay 3 times more in terms of taxes. If it's not that, it's taxes concerning maybe property that you have, with a sibling, something like that. Maybe you have some sort of property and you have to pay taxes concerning that property. Maybe you had some sort of investment also. The 8th house is the house connected with investments. You had some sort of investment like years ago, and finally you get to have that investment. You get to have the interests of that investment, but it's a lot less than you thought it would be. Others, it could be there is changes to the credit card, to your credit card or to your debit account, and maybe you are informed that you are going to have to pay more for transactions connected with your debit card or your credit card, and some of you just get tired of it and you get rid of all the credit cards or most of them, or you get rid of all the other debit cards. You just get one, because you're tired of this type of stuff. So changes in terms of taxes and money which you have to pay, that will make you mad. Okay, that will make you very mad. But okay, this is just at the end of March, so hopefully things will get better in April. Okay, so that's it, Pisces. This is a reading that I have for you and for everyone. If you or anyone else would like to have a private reading with me, please write to dunyazade@gmail.com and I'd be delighted to work with you. Bye bye.